Hello, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be working on the Ford GT40 MK II. Here's our instruction book, and we got 6 bags in here, so there'll be 6 videos. And then there's a nice photo there. And then they got some words. And I found this kind of interesting. It said that the Ford GT40 MK2's victory at the 66 24 Hours of Le Mans was definitely one of motorsports history books, built to break the Ferrari's winning streak. The GT40 MK II merged the finest of American engineering power and design during the development of a dynamometric type, allowed engineers to run tests in simulated race conditions and perfect the 485 horsepower engine to run for 48 hours. The iconic chassis of the P1046 played a key role in the legendary 1-2-3 finish, making Ford Motor Company the first American manufacturer to win a major European race since 1921, French Grand Prix. And today the GT40 MK2 is privately owned. And then on the back, they even have 1962 or 66. Wrote on the back of the book. So I thought we'd start with bag 1, since this is the first video of this series. Get our little bag out here. And I did actually kind of forget to show that I'm Ronald the Power Work Builder. I haven't really found a good place for my sign yet. I do got the, Lego bags up there, just to kind of, show that I'm doing a Lego build. And you might be able to see right there, I got my Nissan lit up. I know the box is kind of covering it, but see, the lights I got all the lights on, just kind of for, decorational show. Mm. All right. Sorry about the squeaky chair. It just is what it is. And I know you probably can hear the air unit in the background. I noticed that in one of the videos, but if I don't have it on, it gets kind of warm in here. Well, here's some more really cool book art showing the car. Okay. Just trying to place that in a spot where it's not going to be in the way. So we'll start out with this cool little piece. And then take two of these blue pins. And then we need a yellow one, or a gray one, tan. And then this red piece. So it goes together like that. And then we'll take our yellow shaft and one gear. Okay, now we got the fun joy of doing this. I always find these interesting because you got like a little notch right there, and you have to just follow the direction on the instructions there on which way to put that notch, so that way you're putting them in the right way. So the very first one looks like they want the notch going down. So the first one goes on just like that, so that the open part's at the bottom. Okay, and then the second one, they want that open spot going up. First one goes down, second one goes up. And then, oh no, I'm sorry, second one actually goes to the left side. Yeah, so the second one goes to the left side. The third one goes up. And then the fourth one goes to the right side. So then it'll look like that when it's done. And then we'll put the other side of our interesting piece. Oh, I guess there is nothing that holds that on. So this piece doesn't actually hold on until we go to put it into this. But we need two blue pins on each side. So that'll just float on there for the moment. Okay, so then we need this. And this. No, not that one. We want the one with the holes. Here. We want this one, the one with the holes on it. And you can tell, too, by looking at the book, you know, what it is. It says part 11, but I don't see an 11 on it. So, anyhow, so we'll take this little rod, put it in the second hole, and we want a gear on one side and a red piece on that side. So that's on there like that. And then we'll push this into our first hole. So that goes on there like that. So then it moves the little gear. And then by sticking that in that hole, then it keeps that from moving or falling off. So then we'll probably take this one and put it on the other side, most likely. Okay, so we'll put that there, and then, so there you go. So then we'll take this, and with the short end, we'll put the short end in first. And I just dropped that one. And I don't know where the carpet monster ate it at. Well, I think I found it. Huh. I found one of my Eclipse parts. Okay. So we want 2 of those. And we want these on the back where the red part is. So it sits on just like that. Okay, then take this piece and this, we'll stick that in the top. Then we'll that one there. And then we'll slide this on. So looks like that, and then we'll put the other side on. So there's one. So then we'll make one for the other side. Okay, so I'm just trying to compare. Okay, yeah. I just try to make sure it's going the right way. It's all I was doing. I think this has to go on the other side. So that way yeah, because that goes on there like that, and then this hinges down. Okay. And it shows they got the pluses on that side. So that one's that side. Yeah, that would be right. Okay. No, that doesn't. That's not right. Wait. No, let's see this. So that one's correct for that side. But this one's backwards for this side. Yeah, this one's backwards. Okay. Now these are correct. Okay. So then this one goes on this side and this goes on this side. And you can see I got the pluses at the top and then the circles are out here. And that's why they have it in the book. So I was just trying to make it look like the book. Okay. So then take our little gray piece. Put that in there. Take our black piece. Squeeze that on there. So there's nothing keeping it from twisting at the moment. And then take our blue pins with the short end in first. And then we're going to put that on here with the gray side in. So now it doesn't move, but I thought that was kind of weird that they only wanted one pin to connect that together until you put it on here. Now it's solid. Okay, you know, I see. I mean, I think you could have just put 2 pins in it, but you know, that's the way they designed it, so it is what it is. Okay, so then we need this. Two black pins. And then this short piece. And then a little red tab. And then this goes on the back with a goes on there like that. Alright. So now we take this and put the short end in, so looking like that. Then this goes over it. And then this goes on there. And then this goes in here. So There we go. Okay, so then we take this and insert it into the first black hole here. So it sits on there like that, and then this goes up, and then this little rod pushes through. So now it's locked in. And then we take our other side and then we'll push the blue pins long ways through so it comes out both sides. And then we'll put 2 of these pins on each side. And then that goes on this okay, that's a problem. I think I got the pin in the wrong place. Yeah, I got the pin in the wrong place. Pin is supposed to be on the other hole. Okay, so that's where the pin's supposed to be, so that way this can fit in here. So then it looks like that. So then there's that. Okay. So then we take this piece. Looks like we take 2 of these blue rods with the long end first, so that way it pokes out both sides like that. And then take these gray collars and put them on the end. And this black piece goes in here. And then this goes okay, that's not. Oh, I need two of these on the end. There we go. So there's what that looks like. And then this goes on the end here. So there you go. And all this rod actually goes all the way through. That little pin rod goes all the way through. Because then you put this little rubber bushing on it. There you go. Okay, now I guess that's that's completed work, I guess. And I mean, I'm just looking at that picture there. Okay, so then put two of those there. And then we need these gray pins. And we're gonna hold the. Okay, hold on. I got something wrong again. What? Oh wait. Huh? Oh, never mind. I see what they're doing. They're putting this in like this to hold this in, so now it doesn't move. See, this one still moves. But these are the locking pins for that. So then that's what that looks like. Okay. And then we need two of those. And then this goes here. Okay. So then we take this And yeah, it looks like a yellow pin, but it's actually the gray, this tan pin. But we don't put it in all the way. And then we take two of the blue ones, putting the long piece in all the way. So it goes all the way through, and then one of these little blue ones. So then that's how it looks. And then we want to take our black piece and put this on the end. And then, let's see, on this side, we want a black one, skip a hole, and then a black one, and then this red right next to it. And then put this on here. Then we'll push one of these all the way through. So that's on there like that. Trying to make the video look a little bit better, but trying to try not to make it look too washed out. Okay, then where's my piece? So then this goes on here. Like that. So this whole thing can still move, but I'm sure there's going to be a locking pin in there somewhere. So there we go. So do that, and then this goes in the front. Okay, so then we'll put this on. Which now locks that piece in, but the red can still move. The black one can't. And then we'll put this little red tab in there. Okay, then let's see, we need this. So we're basically kind of making the same thing, sort of, just for the other side. we're using this piece instead of the tan piece that we used on the other side. Not exactly sure why they chose to do two different locking pins, but that's kind of the way they chose to do it. Okay, so now we need this, and this will sit right there, and then these pins go in here. In theory, there we go. So now that's together like that. So it shows this goes in there. So now that locks in that little red thing. And then they want a red pin. They want the red. Well, they want 4 of the red pins. Okay, so there's 2 of them. There you go. And then put these smooth panels over the top. Now they, looks like are they supposed to go forward? I think they're supposed to go forward. Or maybe they go right in the middle. I think they go in the middle. So they kind of go in the middle between, so there's a gap there and a gap there. Okay, then put one there. One there. And 2 on this side. Now, I know that it's kind of easy to put these in, but I think instead of waiting for until you have it in and you wait until it's page 27 to put those in, I think it would have been easier to been told to put those in at the start. I mean, I don't see why you couldn't put, you know, those in at the start of the build. Just my opinion. I mean, it doesn't harm anything to put them in now, but it just kind of seems like it would have been easier to put them in, you know, at the beginning. And I did actually miss a step here. See, where did I? I guess. Anyways, these black rods are supposed to go right here on the page 24 just shows them in there. I don't, yeah, they don't tell you to put them in there. They just show them there. Unless I missed out on where they told you to put them in. Which looks like I probably did miss out on where they told you to put those in. Ah, I did. Page 13. Step number 10 is where they told you to put those in. So I totally missed that. But you know, I make mistakes so you don't have to. Okay. So now these just pop in. On the top here. Just like that. And then okay, so then we need these two pieces. That and that. These little red things. And you want to put that cover on so it's in the front and the middle hole, so it leaves a gap. That's how they have it on the thing. And then you'll grab your sticker number 8 and with this on the car, because I'm going to put this on first, so that goes there, but with it on and the black part facing, you know, the way it is, the little red on it goes away from you. So then it looks like that when it's done. And then we'll put 4 of these in. One goes in front of the red, so they look like that. So there we go. And that is completed work. That's bag number 1 of our Ford GT40 MK II. Please like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you later. Adios.